said it.
Like, drop the Eiffel Tower in, mate. That's all we need. Let's get it on brand, Jukes.
That's what I'm talking about. That's that synergy right there. But hey, you know what, teams? Drop it safely here. That's what I like to see, you know, because every time we go into a different map, especially on day one, never know if we're going to reach one of those hot drops here. But hey, take there that look at the bottom left. Go ahead and join that Uzumaki event. That Naruto. Get those skins quick and fast and in a hurry.
Don't get much hotter than that. Maxman's been ranting and raving about them all day. I've not heard him say anything else other than Naruto. So fair play, Max. We know you love it, and you're rightfully so in that opinion. But hey, you're right on the money. That last game, obviously pretty aggressive on the hot drop, right? Geek versus Goat. Didn't really work out too well for Goat, did it? Moxie barely limped away, tail tucked between his legs, resulted in him falling relatively middle of the game, but gets nothing from it, just the solo. So goodbye to any points being earned on that one. Learn from your mistakes, drop in further up. They're going to keep themselves safe. Nose is clean, at least for the opening drops.
Yeah, very safe here. I like to see that here, because right now it's honestly crunch time, especially for... Honestly, these teams at the bottom, right? We've been talking about the squads up top, but I mean, what is going on with a team like Thundertalk? Thundertalk Gaming, 15th place, only 12 points on the board. X-Force Rejects right next to him. Aula in really big trouble with only 10. Honestly, if they really want to extend their tournament life here, now's the time, right? Get a good Miramar game here and now, and that could be just enough to at least extend that tournament just a little bit longer.
You need to give yourself some sort of confidence as well. Like you say, right, get towards the end of day one here, it starts to sink in the reality of the situation. If you're down those bottom two spots, by the time you get back to the hotel, but it's the fear that creeps in. You never want to leave your fate in the hands of another team.
Definitely do not. Huge prize pool here for the group stage by itself. Over $1 million on the line just for this stage. Survival stage is going to have 152,000, but as we get to the finals, that's 1.7 million. That's some serious cheddar, and that's what everybody's going to be hunting down right here. Aurora going to be one of those squads for sure. They're sitting pretty in third place. This could be a good game for these top squads, though, to make that gap, right? Just in case tomorrow doesn't go their way fully, at least it'll lock them in position to hopefully make it straight into those finals.
That's where you want to be, the best of the competition. The tournament here only going to get more and more enticing. It's like you say, life-changing money in reality that's on the line there, but it's not only the cheddar, you got the bread on either side. That's a sandwich prize pool.
Oof. And we are in Paris. They got phenomenal bread here.
Hey, but get that up right now, boy.
Let's go. Let's go. Turtle. We're going to look at Ulf on the move here. They're getting into zone very, very quickly, so they're already in the circle. We're starting to see a lot of teams head on over to Los Leones. We got quite a few teams still far out from the zone. One of them I'm going to be looking at is those teams in my hot seat right now. Aula, you're going to be one of them. They're all the way up in La Correria. That's going to be on the complete opposite side of this circle. They got to get moving here pretty quick.
Put the pedal to the metal. Start to get a bit of movement on the go. The fan favorite right now here in Paris as well, and a team that's so dominant, it's easy to understand why. 4THRIVES looking absolutely delicious out there today, Jigs. It's been big plays from the roster, and of course, the one man in Falak that's been really flying the organization's banner high.
Yeah, he's making it happen here, man. Hey, big shout outs to 4THRIVES. I mean, they end up winning PMGO Season 1, something that honestly a lot of people didn't predict. Their fans went wild, brought home a global trophy on the side of Pakistan, but now we're going to see X-Force Rejects getting into a battle with GK, and this is a loss they just can't afford.
Well, our opening elim of the game then going the way of Ragnarok. As he slams down early, gets that first pick, hammered through. It's a reject, probably feeling a bit rejected on that one, but got to give up any space they got, fragment out.
It's tough, especially considering that they were already in the circle, so losing a player that early is not good. Unfortunate on the side of X-Force Rejects, everything going wrong. But still 3 players up. They could bounce back. We'll see if they're going to be able to do that. As a lot of the teams that were outside of the circle are finally starting to make that great rotation and find their little place in the zone. But What do you think this next zone is going to next jump? Huh? You think we're going to be heading to that water after all?
I wouldn't mind.
Let's do it.
You know what? Play devil's advocate, bro. Let's do it. Let's make this as awkward as humanly possible. Let's go. Let's go.
I want to see some swimming action here.
We've already had a bit of treading water today. We'll see if it happens once again. On your point as well, though, man, it's uncomfortable. A squad like Reject, right? We're talking about squads at the bottom of our overall standing right now. They're down there. They're literally trying to keep their heads above water in a sea of points that are being accumulated by the other squads above them. And losing one player, sure, as much as sometimes you can manage the situation early doors like this when you've had a rough run today, that's the difference of you just bottoming out again, having that extra layer, the upset, the sadness mounting on you, Dukes. It gets a bit uncomfortable, bro.
That's for sure. And it's pretty crazy because, yeah, the level of competition here is ridiculous. I'm telling you guys, right before we came up here to start casting these matches, I walked by a lot of these players and I saw their coaches, and pretty heavy conversations. Let's put it that way. You know, I didn't see very much of like, oh, you know, good job, it's okay. So the pressure is definitely on here. And now they're on top of the leaderboards. But you can't let off the gas pedal just yet. Let's see where that next zone's gonna go, baby. Are we gonna go to the water? No! It goes right back to the mainland. It's gonna be a La Bendita finish. So all these teams on the south side, that's gonna be 4THRIVES. Gonna have to start making their way on up.
Yeah, ignore the coast, get back to the mainland, and set your focus on what's yet to come. And like you touched on there, bro, so many small margins that have defined some of our games today. Ammunition economy being a big one there. Big change up from them, though. We heard from the man himself about the setup with the core with the late nades. It was like 12 nades back to back. Crazy. That was horrific to be under. You go from thinking, yeah, we can kind of slow this one down, snake it out a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. That pressure applying. Honestly, you're going to take out 4THRIVES. That's the way to do it, right? Utilize that util as much as you possibly can. Enigma Galaxy, we're not wasting any of it right there. And, you know, speaking of, like, resources, that's the one thing that you really got to make sure I'm pointing out when it comes to Miramar. This is the resource management map. You want to make sure you got plenty of that 5.5, plenty of health kits here, and a nice, fresh vehicle, because that is going to be the way to win this one. And this is a very typical game now. It's still stage number 2, only one player down so far. So this end zone is gonna get hectic. Everyone lining up to climb over each other. Oh, we say it's quiet, but finally there's a bit of noise. Flash once again playing their card. That's a tag onto Reefus. Instantly get him dropped down on his legs there. Win looking for more, over top angle, good spam, slight tag, but not enough to convert it into a frag on the getaway.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna push this at all. Yeah, you just gotta let Aurora find their way in. Nice little pick off there. Aurora gonna have to do something with 3 players up now. Reefus getting taken out. And that zone, now we're starting to see teams really start flexing and take up as much real estate as they possibly can. But one of the teams that hasn't found a spot just yet is going to be Aurora Gaming. You saw that sign on that building. A beautiful day. Starting to feel a little bit less beautiful, though, as this blue zone starting to creep on it.
Yeah, normally blue skies are a nice sight, mate. Not here.
Yeah, not that one.
No.
No.
That's going to be painful. Nip away at your heels and leave it feeling a bit uncomfortable, like some of the squads that have had a bit of a rough day today. But we'll focus on the better signs of life and see if anyone can build off of this.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what... I have a feeling Fudia are going to do something here. I mean, they're on that western side of the map, right there underneath that La Bendita sign. And the zone ends up going in their direction, so another good sign for them. Let's see how they're going to approach this next circle. As we still got a lot of squads, Aurora being one of them, AGAL, even 4THRIVES are gonna have to creep their way into this next zone. Gonna have to do it pretty carefully. When you get a northern shift like that northern side is usually wide open, so I'm expecting to see some teams kind of hug that circle and trying to find their way up to the top.
Bit of info spotted here as well. Coop's getting the read. That's Flash just up on the higher ridge there. Lord repositioning in the buggy. Needs to get into cover. Not quick enough. Shot straight on target, Jukes, and they're going to follow up with this, it seems. Instant engage off the opening pick. They've got an advantage for the fight. 2-2 split either side. Coop's got a bail. Should be a free flush on Lord. Aurora on the road as well. This could get pretty spicy.
Woo. Flash, being true to their name, they're not wasting no time. They're moving quick here. And now Win is knocked. Bo's going to be able to try to find an angle to get him rezzed. But Aurora Gaming, oh, look at that. Top and Doc are now down as Gaming Stars are putting in that work. Both these teams just kind of driving around, trying to find safety anywhere they can get it.
Hey, far back as well. That's Scarface from Ulf getting the line up with the bolt action. Quick with the car. Hits that, snipes one down, and Aurora absolutely wiped off the battleground. Mopped up like a spilled drink, but that was quick.
Oh, that was way too quick. Got to pick that up here as Falak now with the shotgun. Trying to get the knock here. Tops is in big trouble. He's down to 1 HP, but Bo's able to get that support. IQ, though, gets his revenge as well, and the instant thirst. Falak is in a safe position for now. T24 going to throw out those smokes and try to pick up their main fragger quick, fast, and in a hurry.
It's good to see from IQ. Big brains, but bigger brawn being played with on that one with the quick shots back over to buy time for them to reset off the engagement. Similar scenario for Win here on Flash. See if they can get him recovered and live to fight on from it. All kicked off an awkward engagement, really, right?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. It's just like any little slight mistake, it's going to get punished. And now Aurora's gone. Team Flash are down to just one. Actually, nope, that is it. Gone in a flash, and that's two of our top squads. That's it. Second, fourth place are out. Huge opportunity, especially for a team like 4THRIVES to put themselves back at the top of the leaderboards and see if they can do it, though. As X-Force rejects, that's a team that definitely needs some points. Shiva's got that mini, and hopefully try to use it to steal away some eliminations. As we head into our next circle, it's going to go on up to the north.
Shifting on through, GOAT team potentially going to be showing us something to work with as well as this action's been building. And that mini 14 might make a play a little bit later as well, bro. Make that look like a major 14 from the lineup and start to snipe down onto him. Had a read from the angle, but doesn't play his card. And you can see everyone starting to usher their way forward as well. OG trying to catch whiff of the drive-by reverb from Reject on the move. They're already set up with some safety to play with, so just scanning the periphery right now.
Take your time, take your time. Try to catch some of these players out. Devil's wide out in the open here. That vehicle is smoking. It's on fire now. One more shot's gonna do it. Devil surviving. Barely there as that vehicle just exploded. But he should be able to run and get to safety inside that shack with his teammate. Good old reverb.
Suppose it makes sense, man. Devil playing with fire there. Able to withstand the heat. Get himself tucked back in with his teammate. Counting his blessings on that one.
Yeah, barely able to make it out there. Extend that game just a little bit longer here. Moving on over, we're going to see Enigma Galaxy here. All right, there we go. They're going to be holding this ridge line for now. Geekay trying to catch AGAL on the top of this hillside. Nice nades, applying some more shots there. Ooh, nice turn from Easy, but not able to get the flush. Shots ringing out back and forth. Players from all over the place getting knocked here. Ragnarok going to have to make a play here on Flower Age, though.
It's got to be huge from him. Looked like Bad Boy had the read with the quick flick, but wasn't fast enough to make him sit down. Ragnarok, two squads to deal with. Knows his teammates' days are numbered. Got to cut his losses on saving them, but look to at least build and survive himself. Tucks further back. Limited cover to play with. Flower H flushing out back onto Bad Boy as well. The DRX opt to just cut their losses. They're not going to overcommit to it. They had a look in, but they play for a better setup rather than forcing the issue. Ragnarok might be able to get one save in here. At least a duo, Jukes.
Man, he definitely took his time here. I would have liked to see him kind of just make that push and just try to make a play, but instead, he waited, sacrificed one of his teammates, gets the res, and now they're on the move. But for how long, right? This next zone. Oh, Oh, that's how long. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like a few seconds at most, mate.
I think I couldn't even count. It was done. Oh, Sapji though, and he's gone. That happened again.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky.
It is what it is.
Way he goes as GK crumble on that one. Look to reply. Fair play, man. You know, he had a mindset to it. Cut your losses, run off as a solo. Conversion rate probably not great, right? So he at least attempts to reset. Like you say, blink and you miss it, though. Forget about it.
Oh, out of there. Hey, 4THRIVES are up, though. They're still in the mix here. Got themselves a nice little valley. They're big chilling right now, just playing it nice and quiet. That's what it's all about. You know, when you get a position like this, the best of the best, this is how they do it. Right? You got to have that aggression and passiveness, like a light switch, right? The second you know when it's time to get going, boom, the whole four on the move immediately. And let's see if they're going to do that now as this next zone is about to pop. Where are we going? We're going dead center. We're going down south. Hey, dead center right here. So, yeah, 4THRIVES are going to have a great strategy here. You know what that is? Do nothing, dude. Just stay right there for now.
Just sitting pretty.
Yep.
And they've been making it look good. It's been pretty beautiful the way it's gone so far. TT in the background as well, not looking great there. Unideal rotation, mate. Yeah, it's been a bit uncomfortable, really, Jukes.
Super unfortunate. Yeah, they're down a player, but they're in 15th place, 13 points. That ain't going to cut it. And honestly, like, yeah, a lot of teams at a certain point, they're just like, hey, let's just make it to the survival stage. But that just pushes your tournament life only 2 more days. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that survival stage is going to be rough. So with so many games left, hey, start making something happen. Try to sneak one of those top 5 positions, because that's going to guarantee you to the big show.
You got to build that pathway there. Like the tagline says, nothing is granted for Falak, though. That's an instant connection over. Moxie revealing his card as well from GOAT team there. Finally, a little bit of excitement from GOAT. Been a very quiet game from them. They might be tested as the compound crash comes in swiftly. Thundertalk's getting silent, hitting him with a shush as Foopsman delivers again. Swift moves with a rifle up close. Switches to the secondary and makes it look simple. Looking for the pickup play as well, Jukes, as Thundertalk are out again.
Yeah, kind of a crazy push there, just getting punished instantly. But GOAT said, hey, we'll take those all day long. We need all the eliminations that we can get. Now we're going to see Force just trying to apply a little bit of pressure there onto AGAL. RRQ near the broken plane are now outside of this circle. Yeah, they're getting picked off little by Furia.
Star with the overlook in the rear as well. So many free bits of information being provided between these teams that are scrapping right now. They're looking for the lineup with the nades down onto Raouf. It's good sideline angle. Stereo chucks from those nades. Angle exposed. Good connection. That's Ralph knocked.
Here we go. Things starting to heat up here as you got Coops now on the move. Looking to get in the action. But Beauty, they need all these eliminations. Silence, he's got that DBS. He's waiting for that push-up. Trying to avoid some of these nades, so he might catch this player off guard. He does. Nice little pre-shot, but gets turned on. And RRQ now getting shot on the other side of Nigma Galaxy. Nigma Galaxy said, we'll take these points all day long. As now they're going to be on the third party here. Ayala trying to slow him down. Oh, the run over, not going to happen. As Ayala switching to the mini, getting it done. Now it's up to Satan here, throwing out the mollies. They don't connect. Oh, what a stiff arm on the side of Furia.
Oh, try as he might to withstand and keep on fighting. Finally buckles on that one. We came into this saying it looks like it's more defined now with some of our top squads, but one by one, they've been removed from the equation. Furia getting lit up as well with the push from Alula as they take space off them, Jukes.
There we go. Alula need to start making something happen here, and they do, but it is going to be Gaming Star stealing away some of those eliminations. Alula really needed every single one of them. They only get one so far, and they are all the way at the bottom of the leaderboard. So Alula, you cannot hesitate. We talk about that light switch, right? Flip that aggression on. You got to do it just a little bit faster.
Now, as much as it's been quiet from their POV with Ulf, you've seen them starting to show up in the Elim feed with those shots from distance. They've been pretty good with some of the connections they've had off the DMRs to steal away points in amongst the commotion from other squads. We get their full POV there as they start to advance, get a bit of a read on things. KRX, they've been playing more of a quiet, passive rotate. They've had a lot of opportunities where they could have fought Jukes, but they've been thinking about the end game.
Yeah, and they're thinking about those leaderboards right now, right? You got Enigma Galaxy out, you got Team Flash out. Putting some points on the board here is critical, especially when you got 4THRIVES still in the mix here with all 4 up. But yeah, look at that. 4THRIVES, Fallock getting a knock onto Aaron with that nade. Definitely want to go take a look at that one there, as the zone is starting to close. Ooh, bounce nade just a little bit too short. So it looks like Wolf will be able to get that reset. So very fortunate for them. But 4THRIVES now know exactly where they're at.
Keeping them guessing at least with the moves. Decent amount of awkward cover to play with, so it's hard to get those clean connections off. If the fight breaks out from the squads in front with OG and 4THRIVES, you could attempt to move up on it. Limited utility, though, it seems, between the players right now. One nade in the hands for Scarface. Smoke going to go up so they can close the gap somewhat. Rifles in play, shots on Scarface. Taking a decent amount of damage off it. And he get that one on target. Woo! It's ACOP up top. Smooth shots over. Low on health here, Jukes. Meanwhile, T24 and 4THRIVES as a roster actually shutting down gaming stars that were encroaching in. It's all starting to bubble up, Jukes.
Hey, 4THRIVES say, hey, you know what? It's time to pop up and get in the mix here. They're going to get into the action as Orangutan. You're going to need to hit these nades, and they do get one. Let's see what WizGod could do. Going to have to make some shots outside these windows. Oh, never mind. Jumps out the door. Oh, but just a little bit too late. Gets turned around. And now Ulfer on the push, trying to soak up as many eliminations as they can. Meanwhile, 4THRIVES just looking like a lion in the jungle, ready to strike.
Clawing through the competition with ease. Once again, Falak comes out swinging. Heavy is the hand of Falak as he starts to slap his way through the competition here. Rotate back over, set their attention on Orangutan and Ulf and see if they can third party onto this awkward encounter. Nades being primed. Top floor control there with a DBS watching the run-up, but it's the nade they didn't expect. Blows them away from the back.
4THRIVES stealing away those points. A cop, though, does get that knock on the Falak. That's going to buy them a little bit of time here. Huzaifa is right up and goes the first one with that nade. He gets Scarface looking for a little bit more. The blue zone starting to close in just a minute here, and 4THRIVES are dominating this building. Oh, OG are completely stuck.
Trapped in position and panicking as it's off. Goes absolutely ballistic on the cleanup. Shuts down Ulf, rips them away from any potential plays and looks to do more single-handedly. This is scary now, Jukes. Orangutan trapped still. Finally on the peek out. That's a knockback. Alula with the third party from the top.
Ah, that angle that was so dominant. Quick finally crests that hill and makes 4THRIVES just slow down just a little bit. They still have 2 players up. 8 eliminations, though. That's going to put them into second place. Only a few points.
మనదే పేరు జఫను
Aula, this is their chance, right? To get out the bottom of the leaderboards and extend their tournament life. They got 4 points. They've had a rough day so far. Do not play this passively, Aula. You got to get as many eliminations and win this game here and now.
IQ legend है भाई
They're bringing it. It's been good so far. But how long does it last? OG suffering heavy casualties as well. The shots are on point. Goodbye, good night. ACOP the only one left in the rear. And that's the Foops man and Goat team starting to build on this one as well. You've got to be scared of the Goats, Jukes. They bite.
Making it happen. Force getting another shot on the leaderboards there. And that is Orangutan out and eliminated. We got 4 teams remaining here. 4THRIVES, KRX, Goat, and Alula. Let's see what 4THRIVES could do with their duo. IQ, man, that buggy is in big trouble. So right now, just hugging the circle, driving around, trying to get a little bit more intel, figure out what is going to be the plan here. Oh, running into that tree definitely wasn't a part of the plan, I'll tell you that right now. But he does get away with it. Nades are starting to ring on out. He knows exactly where Goat is. Yeah, he's got to have to move to safety here because they're going to start shooting that buggy if he ain't careful.
This is vintage GOAT with how they're playing it. The 2-2 setup early with Moxie and Force advancing, but they switch it up. Call for the rotate. Killer Joe takes the fight straight to T24 and punishes with 4THRIVES falling to the might of the GOAT once again. Sight dialed in back over to where KRX are set up. 11 elims already, Jukes.
Ooh, they're looking good. You know, GOAT wants this win. They want to put themselves in the top 5 right here and now. They might just do it here. Meanwhile, you got KRX. They were sitting, what, in 4th place a little earlier, so they're looking pretty, but not for long. They got no more vehicles. There's nothing but open field right in front of them. I would like to see them get a little bit more aggressive here. You have the numbers, right? Start spreading your wings a little bit. Don't allow GOAT to catch you on the back foot.
A brief moment, a respite falling across the battleground. Trusting Foops for the push-up. Trying to get a read on it. No easy angle for Alula to peek back over onto him as well. Fear of the backline tag. Force good for the lineup. Few bullets on target, Jukes, just damage.
Hey, you guys know all about Coops, but what do you know about Foops, man? I'll tell you what. That's a man right there. Let's see what he can do. 477. Trying to catch some hit markers all the way from downtown, and this is what I'm talking about. Alula have been playing it very passively here. That's letting GOAT spread their wings little by little here. Maybe press down as KRX, yeah, just wide in the open. All eyes are on them. Super tough. GOAT just punishing them.
Alula trying to steal the points from the downs that are coming over from GOAT team onto KRX and at least get something extra from this one.
Nice shot.
Decent shot. It's clean. Force with a push-up as well. Quick. I don't think he's going to be fast enough to win out on a duel like this. Good reset from Killer Joe as well. If Hooksy peaks, his days should be numbered. Dominant from Killer Joe as the elims are being racked up. And GOAT looking to blow their way to another chicken dinner on this one.
It's looking good here. First Miramar looked like it might just go on over to GOAT. Quick goes down. That's that front line eliminated. And now Killer Joe's going to have to make a play here. Claws goes down. It's all up to Rev. Killer Joe gets it done. And that is GOAT team with another chicken dinner. And this one was a big one.
GOAT team delivering again on the big stage. A ton of talent, a powerful roster. And it seems like even with the changes, it's starting to fall into place the way they play off each other. This added element of aggression from Killer Joe, who lives up to his name time and time again. Sick to see, Jukes. It's sick to see.
Yes, it is. You can take a look at their jerseys. You can see what it says right on the front of it. The great of all time. That's what they want to be. That's what they're trying to etch their name in PUBG Mobile history. This is how you do it right here, folks. When you see that opportunity to get that win, you got to do it, and you got to do it with some serious points, and that's how you get it done.
They didn't believe me, Jukes. It's a GOAT team going to be coming out swinging. James looked at me, he smirked.
He smirked.
I said, I tell you what, mate. GOAT team going to be giving it. And they're bleating right now.
Oh, let's go, GOAT. You can see the crowd all hyped up for them here. And a great game for them. We'll see what Calars is going to look like after that one. I'm pretty sure he's going to be pretty excited here. It's good to see.
I think he'll be enjoying it.
Yeah, it's so good to see a team like GOAT clutch it up there towards the end. And Alula, right? Getting some points on the board. Good for them.
Давайте перед ними. Пошел. Все, тачку.
Озоны, last.
Nice. Хорош.
It was nice.
That was good.
It was.
Man, it's fun to see. You know, I was saying earlier, from some of what I've seen from these boys before and the way they've adapted, it feels like, you know what, Jukes, for the strategic side of PUBG Mobile, they're actually bringing it. They've got good defaults, they've got good fallbacks. The splits you see from them are so dynamic, but they've always got quick, clean comms, much like me not speaking correctly. The exact opposite, Jukes. But it's crazy how fast they can rely on that information. But it's good. That's championship mentality, bro. The fundamentals have to be good.
I mean, we heard the synergy, right? They all said nice at the same time.
That's
right?
what I'm talking about.
They were thinking, right? They got this victory in the bag, and they got it. That's what I love about how, PUBG Mobile Esports has developed here over the years. So there was a time back in the day where there's a few dominant squads. Everybody else was just not even close up to par. That's changed, right? I mean, any team here could win the whole thing, and Goat just showed, hey, if you open that door, we're going to walk right through it. But we got some more action coming up in just a little bit.
Goat showing up with the second chicken dinner of the day. In Neptura, this squad was able to put up 16 eliminations.
Very, very nice coming in from Goat there. For the second time, show from them. I'm really wrapping around plays received. Some really good stuff coming out of the very compact game. And then
Meanwhile, Alula was trying to just fend off right there, Max, but Goat was just too much on the high ground with those 16 elims. Honestly, this team has been showing up now.
Massively without the hovercraft, which is super hyped to see. But no, what was very fun in particular is that Alula, there's a slight, well, I wouldn't call it a mistake. It's just a strategic play from Alula to just go slightly low on the ground to maybe put more of an emphasis onto KRX. And instantly, Goat team spot that, like, wait, you give that high ground position away. If we take it for ourselves, we have absolute oversight on the entire flat terrain of that field finish. Boom, let's send it, get the high ground position, leverage it to its full potential to claim that chicken dinner. Goat team, a team that I was expecting no middle of the pack, maybe not number one team, but man, they impressed me, and I'm so happy to be proven wrong here at PMWC.
They might just be number one after that performance in Neptura.
really enjoying what we're seeing here, being a leverage team. I think that's a really good word for it. They use everything to their advantage. They wait until they have a great opportunity. They wait until they have an opening on the south side, are willing to make that south rotation all the way around, and just to get that better position, just to have that leverage on all the other teams.
It's just like the last game was on Erangel they won earlier, right? When you think about it, they see, oh wait, they're fighting Ulf, Nigma Galaxy, they're a little bit busy there, they're weakest, boom, that's when we send it, try and put them in a really bad position and leverage it to actually get that chicken dinner. So very opportunistic stuff, and here they get 26 points.
Wow.
This was not a Rondo, this is a Miramar. What's going on?
Disgusting numbers out of that squad, and also we see 4THRIVES showing up as well. I was raising some concerns for that squad. Now we're starting to see a little bit more consistent here as we ended up jumping into Miramar. And if we keep going down the list, something I want you to keep an eye on is KRX. That squad was able to get all their points out of just placement, which usually tends to be the opposite, Max. We see teams being able to get all the points from eliminations and then nothing placement. They were like, no, we're going for placements this time.
It's forgivable, really. In a game like that, they just had like a very small shed and a few cars to work with. And unfortunately, smokes don't stop bullets. I know it's quite unfortunate. I wish they had cover flares in that finish. It would have been great to see, but no, only smokes to survive when you have two teams in Al-Ula and also at the side of Goat looking your way. No way, Jose, are you going to survive that one? But I'm still happy that despite no chicken dinners coming away of KRX, they're so relevant at the very tippy top of these leaderboards. So KRX going hard here for that first place.
Consistency is the name of... Look at Goat. Goat is currently in first place as they have jumped out with those 47 points. It goes to show us what an amazing performance, what an amazing match can do for your squad.
It's really, really nice to see that. And the leaderboard is still so close. I mean, yeah, it's only 5 matches in, but still, I think we've seen other tournaments where there's a much bigger discrepancy here amongst the top 5. So to have this so even across the board is really, really nice to see. And interestingly, right, we got 2 wins from GOAT, but the next team that actually has a win is Team Flash in 5th place. 4THRIVES, Nigma Galaxy, and KRX all have been super consistent today so far with no wins under their belt.
Yeah, it's very interesting that out of the top 5 so far, 3 teams don't have a chicken dinner, right? Outside, of course, Team Flash and also the side of Go at the very top. But here we go onto the second page. Alula stepping up, which is what I was hoping to see. Just don't be in bottom 3, okay, Nipchura? You don't want to be in the bottom 3. As we know, if you are in the bottom 3 at the end of your Group A or Group B group stage, you're instantly eliminated. No survival stage for you. So Gaming Stars, X-Force 3Jex, and Thunder Talk Gaming, they need to bring it back if they want to continue their PMWC adventure.
Kind of scary for those squads too, because between 9 and 14, the only separation is just 6 points, and that's just not where you want to be for those squads. But yeah, they need to make sure they finish off the day strong here. And it's that Rebel? I think it is. You know what? Let you guys take over. I'll be right back.
Go get him. Go get him. Oh my God, that'll be interesting. We can talk a little bit to Alpha 7. But Al-Ula were very impressive this game, right, Nipchura? Looking back at how they were playing that third party on to Furia in particular, that's what you want to see from this roster. But we're also seeing Revo is here. What?
Hello, guys.
The reigning PMGC champion, none other than Alpha 7 Rebel. Rebel, I'm so glad you decided to join. How are you enjoying Paris, bro?
Well, it's an amazing city, amazing place. I love to be here. And let's see what gonna happen.
Now, I'm sorry for what I'm about to say next, all right? And you know this, I say it with nice intent. What's been going on since PMGC, bro? You guys have kind of been sucking this year.
Yeah, we did a bad things. We did a bad tournaments. We did a bad preparation. But now we come with different things, with different game style. So let's see what's gonna happen. I think we are good to this championship, and we're gonna do our best. And if God let us win, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Right on.
I do have a question for you specifically then, Revo, about you're saying you're trying to work on a few things since your PMMI, you had PMGO Season 1. What specifically would you say was the thing you wanted to work on the most and improve upon heading at PMWC?
I think like in PMGO, PMMI, we did like, we was not too much aggressive. We are like just staying in the same place and don't looking for fights or something like that. And now we are doing that. We want to fight, we want to kill everyone. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah. Do it! Actually, wait. Are you gonna hot drop Al-Ula? They eliminated you at PMGO. Are you gonna take vengeance?
Yeah, then I don't want any revenge. I just want to play to win and to kill, and let's see what's gonna happen.
All right, you want to eliminate everybody? We like that confidence. Anything you want to ask them, Natura?
Yeah, okay, I want to know, right? You do have a hot drop on Miramar. There's a couple of different teams who do want to hot drop you there. What's your response to that? Is there going to be any change in your strategy, or are you saying bring it on?
I think if they want to drop on our spots, they can do it. We don't like too much like early fights. We prefer to loot first and then go find some kills. So if they drop, they can stay there. We're gonna stay a bit away and then get them in the middle of the game.
You can say it, bro. Look at the camera and tell them, bring it.
Come to me.
There you go. Now, from what we have seen so far today here on Group A, they won a PMWC at EWC 26. Any team that has surprised you so far?
To be honest, GOATs, I don't expect them on top 1. I know it's a good team, but they are doing really well. So yeah, I think them, and I'm cheering for Furia also because they are Brazilian, so I hope they win this last match.
I mean, there has been a lot of talk that Furia is better than Alpha 7 now. I'm pretty sure you're gonna be wanting to put a stop onto that. And how about another team? Let's talk about 4THRIVES real quick, right? A team that was able to win PMGO Season 1. Yeah. What do you think about them so far?
Well, they are doing amazing. Falak is a great player, one of the best. So I just cheering for them, hope they qualify. And let's see what's gonna happen in the finals, right?
Oh, that's right. You want to see them in finals? You want to see them go directly from finals because you don't want to see them in survival. From your Group B, is there any team besides the hot drops that everybody was talking about, right? Is there any team that might cost you more conflicts, maybe within rotations or the way that they play?
I think we need to be careful with all the teams because everyone like deserves to be here. So I think we need to take care of all of them. So yeah, all of them.
Ah, you're giving me the PR answer. Okay, I see how it is. That's him saying, you know what, 7, I want to get out of here. Thank you so much, bro.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye, 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 bye. See you guys.
For you guys, it's time to go into the final match, baby.
Oh yes, that's right, 7. This is what we've been waiting for. Last game of day 1. And already we're starting to see a bit of excitement about GOAT team. Even Alpha 7 Getting hype for him.
You gotta take
First
notice
game
when a
of
team
day
is
one.
making it happen.
And
with
already
a
we're
game
starting
like
to
that,
see
the
a bit of
whole
excitement
lobby's got
about
eyes
Go Team.
on
Even
I'll
Alpha
tell you what, guys,
7
before
getting
this
hype
day
for
started, I saw
him.
you gotta take notice when a team is making it happen, and with a game like that, the whole lobby's got eyes on Go. And I'll tell you what, guys, before this day started, I saw Jack in the back
was like,
with a crystal ball.
yeah,
whatever, calm down, but boom, there's no
And he looked
denying him
inside
now.
and he
There,
said,
you gotta
all
put
he
him on
saw
notice.
was
Hey,
Go.
let's see what they can do.
And,
if they do it again.
What an accurate prediction,
If they
bro.
do
I
it
mean,
again,
even
Jukes, then
Carnes was like, all right,
it's
yeah,
locked in.
whatever, calm down. But boom, there's
Until
no
we know
denying
for
him now.
sure.
There, you gotta
I'll
put him
just
on
say
notice.
they're looking good. Hey, let's see what they can do.
Like it.
If they do it again.
I like it. You know,
If
there's a
they
lot of
do it
teams looking
again,
good right
Jukes,
here
then
so
yeah,
far.
my
We've seen
club.
the
It's locked
Galaxy,
in.
right, making some
For
things
sure.
happen.
Until we know
especially
for
after
sure.
a rough couple
I'll
of
just say they're
tournaments.
looking good.
And
I like
yeah,
it.
we got to see
like
Coops.
it.
You know, there's a
I
lot of
remember
teams looking
I
good right
talked
here
to
so
Raouf
far. We've seen
after
the
PMWC
Galaxy,
season
right,
one,
making some things happen,
when Coops wasn't
especially
there, I was
after
like, hey,
a rough
whose
couple
fault
of
is it? He's like,
tournaments.
Coops, 100%.
And yeah,
But
we got
hey,
to
maybe
see
it's his
Coops.
time to shine
I remember
here,
I
the
talked
rest
to
of these
Raouf
squads as we get
after
into
PMWC
the
season
final
one.
match of day number 1.
The biggest and brightest, we saved the best till last, and it is going to be an absolute blast here for everyone live in the arena in Paris, France. For the viewers at home, strap in, get a seatbelt attached to your chair, or else you may be blown straight out of it.
Let's get it going here. We got a nice southern play path headed right up to the north. Unfortunately, El Pozo is not going to be within range. So these teams are going to be having to head out early onto the eastern side of the map here. But yeah, once this match is over, we got 6 more games left to go. 3 keys are getting crushed tomorrow. And not just keys, dreams as well, right? Of trying to be the Esports World Cup champions.
Hopes, dreams, everything you've been working for throughout the season, really, this year as well, Dukes, right? And then imagine you put all those blood, sweat, and tears on the line. You get here to Paris, it goes wrong off the back of 2 days. And you got to stare at Barney crashing your keys. Oh, bud, what a nightmare.
He's good at that. He's good at that, too.
He always sort of, you know, he G's you up and makes you feel good about it, but you've lost.
But you lost.
You've lost, Dukes. It's the worst case scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to go home here and now because there's still so much prize pool left to be had and history left to be made here. So we got the plane path, we got the circle, and it looks like we're going to be heading in a similar position as we saw in the last game, right? Los Leones, Simple, La Bendita in play as well. But no hot drops once again. Tomorrow, you know, as we get into the day after tomorrow, is going to be interesting because we heard there from the Rebels that there is a possibility he is going to see some hot drops. But hey, even one of the best is like, let's avoid them, right? I think you guys can drop, take your side of the loot, but let us get out of here. We'll fight you later on.
Yeah, I think the sheer size and scope of the competition here, right, it's one of those where if we were going for like a Maxman insight, it'd be a matter of it's just pointless. The risk versus reward is so low, just play your own game, right? And you've got someone like me where I'm saying, yeah, but it is kind of fun, though.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, that's for sure.
But yeah, you're right. Strategy-wise, you probably avoid that.
Yeah, pretty much at all costs. I mean, your chances of getting all 4 eliminations without losing a single player are just so low, and 99% of the time it happens, it's putting you so far behind rotationally. So even if you do get those eliminations, you're late to circle, and you end up with 5 points instead of a possible like 99% of the time it happens. So yeah, it's just it's really, really difficult to deal. So even if you
And that's
do get those
factoring in
eliminations,
everyone
you're late to
actually
circle,
survives as well,
and
right?
yeah,
Even just one
5 points
player,
instead
it's
of a
just
possible,
such a
like,
cutthroat
20 point
response
game.
now. It
So,
makes
yeah,
it so
it's
much
just,
easier for the
it's
conversions.
really, really
This level of
difficult
play
to
as well, right? And The that's drills are so factoring in much everyone cleaner. You see a actually 3-man survives team, as well, you right? just
Yeah.
think, oh, this is a field day. One less player, yeah, let's just clean it up. Push
Yeah.
together, outnumber them, get the trade, easy pickings.
That's what it's all about here. Let's take a look here at the leaderboards, all right? We got GOAT in first place now with 47 points.
The
Looking
boys.
really good. 4THRIVES right behind him here, man. This top 5 is pretty dang close. Only 10-point difference so far. So for these top 3 squads, make a top 4. This is their opportunity to make a little bit of a point gap for tomorrow. And for the rest of the lobby, they need to clutch this one up here and now. But it's already starting to feel like it's going to be a pretty close group here.
I think so, man. Especially with some of the results we got out of that prior game, right? Where we hit sort of around sort of the 9-minute mark. We had that awkward encounter on the road with the Aurora drive-by. That resulted in like 3 teams being absolutely crippled for a good late game finish from the amount of eliminations they suffered. Then everyone else just starts to lick their wounds and really play slow. Just didn't work. And you come into a lobby like this now with what we've seen, right? That strategic, slower approach that's been working from GOAT. Honestly, I think their defaults have been really clean. Like the mechanical approach from it, it's good rotations. The comms have been clean to allow them to set up. And once again, they want a later wrap in where they will just happily sit in the blue, loot up, look for an end game. It's where they're at their best. I won't lie, early game, it does look a bit shaky. But they get to a late game circle, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, if they can just play it just a little bit conservatively and make sure they can reach to that late game, I mean, we can definitely see some great things from GOAT. Absolutely. Right now, everybody just playing a little bit of game and keep away, just trying to get looted up and set it up for the end game here. Aurora, a little bit of a dry spell here in the past couple of games. They still have some great points on the board. One good game here could definitely set them up. But some other teams I think I would really like to see a good performance here. Going to be all those squads in that 9th, pretty much on down position. This is a good opportunity for them to go into tomorrow with a lot more confidence. Out of all those names on the list, I'm looking at Furia, right? I mean, this is a Brazilian squad, tons of potential. They got a phenomenal coach in Coach Knight, and we know what they can do. It's just been taking them a little bit here, a little long here to get started. So with this kind of lobby and only so many games left, you can't really let off the pedal this quickly. You got to start putting that pedal to the metal.
Yeah, this is the sort of match where you need a big finish for the end of the day. Leave yourself in a better mindset when they get back to the sort of prac room or the hotel as well, right? They can unpack the bag, but obviously much easier if there is some good benefit to speak about. Some moments they can look on fondly and say, look, we were already adapting and fixing things as the day went on. Let's refine that going into day 2. If once again it kind of blows up in their face, then yeah, those conversations are a lot more awkward and probably not as productive. Like you say, it's kind of similar, at least, as this has gone on for Aurora. A very talented squad, individuals that can absolutely lamp other players out of the battleground if given a fair fight. But some awkward moments. I'm also kind of impressed by the fact that although it's not been the best day overall in terms of the point game for Gaming Star, the way they've been able to just ruin some good squads' lives, they're just stealing the odd player here and there. And those eliminations have been really bad for our top teams.
It's like they have just been pestering these teams, right? Like you see a squad that just looks so good, like, oh, look, and then just boom, all of a sudden you see random knock from Gaming Star. Like you see their name always in these critical fights. You know, they're down in 14th place. So they need to get that big win. You know, I just want to see them, instead of just kind of going for those steal plays all the time, try to find that end game. That's where you're going to put up those serious points. And a team that is definitely serious here in this one is 4THRIVES, man. Great start for our PMGO Season 1 champs here. Looking to get another title underneath their belt. And man, I'll tell you what, if 4THRIVES win this one, woo, that's gonna put them in the history books at this point.
Pretty unbelievable, dudes. The result was seen so much just for the players, the organization, but the nation as well, with the amount of excitement.
Oh yeah.
It's the fact even here, live in France, right, we've heard some of that energy building up. Falak's popping off. It starts to get loud in here.
Oof, man, I'll tell you what, even my DMs are blowing up. Like, hey, have you met 4THRIVES yet? Have you seen them yet? You know, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen them, man.
I got the jersey, yeah, don't worry.
I talked to them. These guys are always such kind folks, and a great set of people, great team overall. And I got a lot of high hopes for that squad, as well as so many others, man. I mean, it's great to see, like I mentioned earlier, just how well this whole lobby has developed here over time. But now I think it's time to maybe even add GOAT to that list, because GOAT could be that new rising star team that is looking to etch their name in the history books. Next zone, about to go on up. Very, very quiet start here. You could definitely see that these teams are not going to be dealing with any kind of fatigue here, as they know that they got to play hard up until the last second. And with a southern shift like this, that's going to make this brutal.
We've gone from what will be a very quiet start to, you imagine, quite an explosive back-to-back connection of engagements on the rotation here now then. Looking far worse for wear with some of our teams. 4THRIVES already in a good position from where they were pre-zone shift, and they can try and get set up with a good compound to play with. You're going to have Furia and Aurora coming in to link up as well. The mass migration of squads that are all condensing in. And honestly, mate, this works out in a weird way for Go because they love those late wraps into the zone. They're happy to sit in the blue outside of circle for as long as they can.
Yeah, I mean, other teams were set up pretty, but now they're having, everybody's going to have to move with this zone. Yeah, Furia, silence! The tire has been popped, and there's nothing you could do. That's 4THRIVES. You can hear the crowd start to pop off the second they saw that elimination. But guys, again, that is what you got to do. If you see a buggy, aim for the tires. You hit the right one of those front ones, boom, that vehicle's spinning out.
Not the kind of donut you want at an event like this, mate. Big play there to open it up from them. The first Elim goes the way of IQ as 4THRIVES do open it up with a nice initial pick onto Silence. Dive out through the window. The mantle giving free time to damage here from 4THRIVES again, Jukes. Peaks clean as well. Trader blows, looking for the follow-up off the nade. Barely bursts outside the window.
Man, these peaks back and forth are insane there. Flock getting in some good damage on the Chief, but Chief getting a couple shots in return. It's both these teams just peppering each other little by little. But this is honestly a good place for them where they can both just share it out for a little while, you know? Like, you got a good central position. Take your time. Don't put yourself in a compromising spot to lose a player early. And just wait for that end game. Now, looking at the circle, Jackie, quick question. What do you see, right? Anything interesting?
You're looking at these late rotations, mate, from the boys at the back there, coming in playing a very slow game from what has otherwise been a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, Enigma Galaxy all the way in Montenuevo. Wow, so they are coming in super late here. A little bit of a different strategy than we saw before. Let's see how they're going to be able to handle that one because this zone is already jam-packed. It is Los Leones. There's a lot of places you can hide. But we might get that nice urban finish. At least that's what it's looking like so far.
Kind of mirrored on either side here as well. You got the coastline wrap in, right? Killer Joe and Foops that have been pretty good as an aggressive duo. With Force and Moxie playing this backline of sort. If they run into RRQ, could be an opportunity to take the fight to them. Aurora, if they can set up as well, mate, chances that they're just going to have clashes ushered towards them. But Jukes, that's the shift.
Are you kidding me? And that's the perfect shift for a team like GOAT because they were already on the rotation and now they have an open path into this next zone. It's not going to be like that for when it comes to the side of Enigma Galaxy. They're a little bit late to the party here, so they're going to have to fight their way in. That's for sure because there's not a lot of spots left at this zone. It is jam-packed. Meanwhile, Flash trying to get on the rotation. They get popped out their vehicles. That's Bose and Zeus out of the game. EK, they'll take those points all day long.
EK been good for the occasional duel here in close combat. Tops just looking to try and cut his losses. Heads out the way of TTG, though. That's going to be fun to talk. Looking to see if they can light him up. Takes a bit of damage, it seems, from what we caught there on the map side. AJ looking for the response on it. Whip lucky to even be alive here. Very low on HP from that. And Doc taking the fight to T24. That's 4THRIVES getting lit up.
Yeah, our player knocked. I believe they should have been in some building, so they should be able to get that res here. Let's see what happens, though. Teams just not, and all these squads, I'll tell you what, with so much on the line, there are no little slight peaceful contracts. Sometimes you have some teams that are dead center that just say, hey, you guys look that way, we'll look this way, and fight each other later on. But no, these guys do not like sharing any real estate nearby. Enigma Galaxy, again, late in the zone. They're going to have to eat a little bit of blue damage here, scout things out, move up just little by little.
It feels like they've just been kind of hunting, right? Tracking OG's rotates and looking to make sure they never reveal themselves until they're in a position to actually build off the back of playing that card with how slow they've opted to approach this one. Thinking about late game, thinking about placements and elims on it. and not wanting to risk faltering early. Killer Joe with a bit of a scouting play, slightly further advanced. We got that close grouping from AGAL and Aurora, just trying to get the read on that from the elevation. Meanwhile here, Gaming Star and Furia, Ulf up on the ridge side. Let's see if they can do it again, but Gaming Star do seem to just throw spanners in the works at some of our top teams.
They're getting involved in so many of these random fights here. Just haven't been able to last as a full squad and get like a really true engagement, but they're finding these little cheeky angles and just making it so difficult on the rest of these teams here. They are sitting in that cutoff position right there in 14th place. You can see that down on the bottom right. Top 3 at the end of tomorrow are eliminated. Their keys, their dreams are going to get crushed. So we'll have to see a team like Gaming Star make it happen here and now. Enigma Galaxy, yeah, still pushing in this blue zone. Wondering where this next zone is going to pop. A little bit more of a central zone here, so nothing crazy. We're going to have to see teams scramble into this next circle. And after that pop, Coops is like, all right, time to go. Let's get into this next zone and find our spot.
In the meantime, KRX as well, getting their sights honed in. One shot back over, getting the initial knock onto TTG. So Thunder Talks losing Zing so far.
Awake looking on the periphery to see where this is coming from as Hooksy hard commits onto it, gets the flush, and another Elim point going their way. They're first on the board for this last game here on day 1 of the competition.
Thunder Talk in last place. Just they ended up finding at least a spot of coverage in this zone. They're pretty dead center here, so this is their time to shine here. And there's Gaming Stars, right? Catching Ayala there. Rolex 20 gonna be busting out that nade. Let's see if either of these teams are gonna get one. Oh, yeah, he saw that one coming. Said back it up. And that's exactly what they're gonna do. I'd like to see Gaming Stars maybe group up a little bit more here, as they are very, very split, especially for a team currently in 14th place. Meanwhile, though, Furia, you got Ayala just holding this warehouse all by himself for now. The rest of his team's gone. Yeah, Chief, Igor are already dead center, so it's literally just Ayala against the world there.
Meanwhile, this is what's been setting up over on the ridge side. It's RRQ up close towards Go.
Oh, Force as he set up for it. He's got support from Killer Joe in the back line. Diving out of the vehicle, but he takes the fight straight to them. DBS doing bits as he commits with a headshot. RRQ gonna rage quit from that one as he claps back instantaneously. And Force still tracking him down as well. They look to try and take the peak back over. SMG play gets paid off that one. Goat gonna lose a man.
He did not expect the push that quickly. The rest of GOAT, unfortunately, not able to support him in time. Now they're here in this engagement, though. That is a nice nade. That one definitely stung. Moxie said, I got one more for you. I got one more for Force. And now Boops Man is in the mix, looking to punish RRQ for taking out their teammate. But you're going to have to do it the hard way here, because RRQ, they got the smokes up, they got the support, and the same exact play, but shut down from a nade of Killer Joe.
Low on HP though, Fuchs can't afford to make another mistake, needs backup from the boys to save their bacon here. Killer Joe looking for the close quarters engagement. That's the spam on the first, take the confirmation with a backup, and Moxie locks inside the smoke, but they deal with it, Jukes.
And that is GOAT on the move once again. 4 eliminations here. That's going to put a little bit more points on that leaderboard. Puts them up to 51. They did lose 1 player in the process. But when you're on top of leaderboards, man, that gives you a lot more breathing room to do what you got to do. But, man, we got pretty much a true Los Leones finish here. This is going to be interesting. We're going into the last second.
Urban combat embodied, bud. It's going to be a very different encounter from what we've seen on some of our final fights throughout today. Lula as well. Losing another man there as Gaming Star once again takes shots over, getting the confirmation off with a Mini 14. Bit of a knock back onto him as well. Looks like Maniac should be able to reset that one with Rolex deep in the back line towards the very split setup from Furia. Oh, and he goes down.
Oh, yeah. So Gaming Star are going to lose 1. They're going to have 3 on the edge of this circle. GOAT team are going to have to start pushing on in. Everybody else is already in this zone, so don't expect a crazy amount of movement here. I think we're going to see a lot of teams just kind of turtle up for a little bit longer. But yeah, every time you have a Los Leones finish here, there's so much cover that. I am not going to be shocked if we see this literally go until the final seconds of that Zone 9.
The coach cam POV there as well for Geekate.
He's watching. Now he's looking at the camera.
Those eyes dialed in, hoping the squad will be able to deliver once again here. 2 elims racked up so far, Duke. Still alive and standing with all 4 members as well. Had a great start to the day. What's their finish going to be like?
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question. And you can see right now, looking at the leaderboards, we got a few squads that have done very well today. And the mid-pack can still bounce up here and now. So it's anybody's game here, folks. After this game, we'll have 6 more matches tomorrow. That's going to be it for Group A. But we ain't there yet. We still got this game left to go. So I am not surprised that we're seeing a lot of teams play this very calculated, very deliberate. Nothing fancy here in the last game, right? Don't make any kind of crazy pushes where you're going to get yourself third-partied. Just get some good coverage. You know, look out with that 3 peak. If you can see an easy knock and finish, go for it. Other than that, just play it safe.
No reason to run unnecessary risks, but for Moxie, he might not have a choice in that matter. That's Flash finding the weakened knee. Back up being called for, Jukes, but it's a little bit late on a rotate, so Moxie's done for. Killer Joe peeks up top side. Good shots onto a win, changing his name to defeat off the back of that one with the headshot delivering. And tops all that's left. 1v2 versus the GOAT crew.
And he is on the run now. Yeah, he said, you know what, I don't know if I want any of this.
The answer will be a 50-50 because Flash उनके पास एक पेयर मौजूद है, टीम गोट उनके पास 2 खिलाड़ी हैं और गोट के पास एक बेहतरीन अपॉर्चुनिटी कि वो बैक टू बैक और एक और टीम को मैच एलिमिनेट करें और अपना जो सबकत है अपनी जो यहाँ पे लीड है नंबर 1 के ऊपर उसको मेंटेन करके जाएं।
बिल्कुल आपने दुरुस्त कहा पोर्टल, बट लेट्स सी कि गोट जिस तरह से पिछला मैच खेला है अभी तक के लिए दिखाई नहीं दे रहा कि लॉबी उनको इजाज़त देगी दोबारा से डोमिनेशन पर जाने की। एंड आप देखें कि 2 अदद खिलाड़ी ऑलरेडी उन्होंने अपने गवा दिए हैं, ज़्यादा कुछ अब और करने को बाकी है नहीं है। लेकिन वहीं पर एक और टीम बाहर हो जाती है जिस टीम से मुझे पर्सनली बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें थी कि शायद इस मैच के अंदर वो कम बैक करेंगे। फ्लैश का नाम बाहर कर दिया जाता है, 5वें नंबर पर आए इनफैक्ट आज के पूरे दिन में, एंड अब 5वें पर ख़त्म कर जाएंगे आज के पूरे दिन को। लेकिन वहीं पर अरोरा बिल्कुल ठीक उनके नीचे हैं, 1 पॉइंट के फ़र्क के साथ अरोरा इंतज़ार कर रही है और वो 1 पॉइंट शायद वो निकाल कर बासानी फ्लैश को डीथ्रोन भी कर देंगे, 5वें नंबर से नीचे मजीद भेज देंगे। लेकिन उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स आप देखें कि फ्लैश से नीचे जितनी टीमें हैं 11वें स्पॉट तक, 11वें पायदान तक, वो सभी की सभी अभी तक के लिए सर्वाइवल अपना यकीनी बनाए रखे हैं। लेकिन सर्कल लॉस लियोनेस का जो अर्बन एक वॉरफेयर है वो लेकर के आता है सामने। एक अरसे बाद हमने लॉस लियोनेस के सिटी के अंदर कहीं ना कहीं सर्कल ख़त्म होते देखा है एक एसटीआर इवेंट के अंदर। लेकिन खैर वहीं पर 4THRIVES इस सर्कल के अंदर मौजूद है, बिल्कुल हाई राइज आप कह लें कि वो मल्टी स्टोरी कॉम्पाउंड्स हैं, उनका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है टीम 40 की जानिब से। लेकिन उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स यहाँ से असल में दिक्कत सिटी अर्बन सर्कल्स की ये होती है मिरामार के अंदर कि फॉल बैक करना, रोटेट करना गाड़ियों के अंदर खास तौर के ऊपर वो बहुत ज़्यादा रिस्की होता है। एंड आप देखिए कि उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स उनके प्लेयर एरन पकड़े जाएंगे, 40 के हाथों एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट अपना गंवाना पड़ जाएगा उनको। तीसरा एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट है जो टीम 4THRIVES अपने खाते में दर्ज कर लेकर जाती है। लेकिन अरोरा गेमिंग शानदार रिटालिएशन किया जाता है फुरिया की साइड से एंड अरोरा के प्लेयर को नॉकआउट तो किया गया है। वहीं पर टीम 4THRIVES अपने एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स में पे दर पे इजाफा करती आपको दिखाई दे रही है।
यकीनन, और टीम 4THRIVES वंस अगेन उनकी तरफ से अपने जो पॉइंट्स उनको अप कर दिया जाएगा और पहले 2 पॉइंट्स अब 4 पॉइंट्स में कन्वर्ट हो चुके हैं। पूरे का पूरा स्क्वाड है जो कि डेफिनेटली बैक करता है इन एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स को एंड वी वांट टू सी कि टीम 4THRIVES इस मैच में अपने लिए जो है एक बेहतरीन रिजल्ट जो हमें फाइनली अटेन करके जाते हुए दिखाई दे इस दिन को एंड करते हुए। और टीम 4THRIVES जिस तरह से उन्होंने फर्स्ट मैच के अंदर 19 टोटल पॉइंट्स निकाले, इस मैच के अंदर भी वही एक टच जो है वो आए और इवेंचुअली आपको जो दिन का इख्तिताम है वो भी इंशाल्लाह एक नंबर 1 पर जो है वो एंड हमें जो है टीम करते हुए दिखाई दे जाए। लेकिन दिस इज द ड्रोन शॉट जो कि वंस अगेन आपको बता रहा है कि कितनी ज़्यादा टीम्स मौजूद है इस सर्कल के अंदर। 14 टीमें मौजूद हैं, 22 मिनट हो चुके हैं मेरा मार के इस मैच को। 44 टोटल खिलाड़ी, 44 खिलाड़ी इस तरह के सर्कल तक होना आई थिंक बड़ा क्योस होगा। बड़ा यहाँ पर जो चीज़ें हैं वो हीटअप हो रही होंगी, चाहे वो डिवाइसेस हैं, चाहे वो कंपटीशन है, चाहे वो कुछ भी है। लेकिन आपको यहाँ पर खुद को बचाना है अपने आप को। यस, अपने आप को आपने जो है वो बस चिकने की जानिब लेकर जाना है। लेकिन ऑब्वियसली वी कैन सी द फैंस शेयरिंग फॉर टीम 4THRIVES और उसके साथ साथ कुछ और भी टीम्स हैं उनकी जो फैन बेस है वो भी आपको दिखाई दे रही है लाइव फ्रॉम द अरीना। लेकिन इन द किल फील्ड वंस अगेन एक्सपोज रिजेक्ट डेविल वो नॉकआउट निकालेंगे एंड टीम KRX इट विल बी जिनके प्लेयर अभी फाइनली हमें इस मोमेंट पर जो है वो नॉकआउट होते हुए दिखाई दिए।
जी हाँ बिल्कुल। एंड वहीं पर 4THRIVES 5 अच्छे एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स हैं। आई थिंक सो शायद 2-3 एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स उनके स्टील ऑफ भी हुए हैं इस सारे मंजर में, लेकिन 4THRIVES बार बार कोशिश कर रही है। इनफैक्ट चैलेंज किया जा रहा है उनकी तरफ से हर ही टीम को, लेकिन 40 अभी भी चिकन डिनर कंफर्म करना बाकी है। एंड गोट के प्लेयर्स अभी तक के लिए 2 अदद खिलाड़ी वो भी सर्वाइव जैसे तैसे कर अपना करते देखने को मिल रहे हैं, लेकिन टीम अरोरा वो एक अच्छे बड़े प्लान के साथ खेलते दिखाई दे रहे हैं। काफ़ी सेंसिबल गेम फिलहाल के लिए कर रहे हैं, कोई अननेसेसरी फाइट्स के अंदर जाती हमें अरोरा भी दिखाई नहीं दे रही है। हाँ, मिड रेंजेस पर रहते एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट स्कोरिंग उन्होंने 2 अदद एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स अपने खाते में दर्ज किए ज़रूर हैं। वहीं पर ओरंगुटान्स नो डाउट पिछले वर्ल्ड कप के बनिस्बत इस बार एक पॉजिटिव चेंज आया ज़रूर है। एंड अभी के लिए वो सर्वाइवल्स के अंदर ओरंगुटान्स अच्छा कर पा रही है। हाँ, थोड़ा सा फाइट्स पर काम करना ज़रूरी है, लेकिन खैर एलिमिनेशन फीड में 4THRIVES वर्सेस अरोरा आपको बनता देखने को मिल रहा है। मिड रेंजेस पर ही अभी तक के लिए ये फाइट आपको थमती देखने को मिलेगी, लेकिन आने वाले वक्तों में जब सर्कल अपना फैसला सुनाएगा तो शायद दोनों को ही अपने अपने पोजीशंस चेंज करके आगे सर्कल की जाने बढ़ना पड़ेगा। लेकिन 4THRIVES उनको पहले प्लान आउट करना है अपना रोटेशन, क्योंकि 40 आपको बिल्कुल एजेस पर दिखाई दे रही है। एंड लीजिए सर्कल आगे जा चुका है 4THRIVES से।
हाँ बिल्कुल, और सर्कल फाइनली वो यहाँ पर थोड़ा टफ टाइम देता हुआ टीम 4THRIVES का। एंड 4THRIVES वेल लेट्स सी दो वो सर्कल में किस तरह से अपने आप को लेकर जा पाते हैं, लेकिन कुछ फाइट्स हमारे सामने आ जाएंगे। टीम KRX वर्सेस टीम रिजेक्ट, जिनके प्लेयर्स यहाँ पर नॉकआउट कर दिए जाएंगे। डेविल वो प्लेयर जो कि स्मार्ट से एलिमिनेट हुए, शिवा सेकंड वन जो कि अब आपको कंफर्म होते हुए दिखाई दे चुके हैं। सो इट्स डाउन टू बेबी द प्लेयर जिनको यहाँ पर ये नीड अपना कनेक्ट करवाना है, जिनको अकेले ही टीम KRX को अगर इस मैच से एलिमिनेट करना है तो इस फाइट में कुछ अनोखा करके दिखाना पड़ेगा। लेकिन बिनी QX और टीम KRX की स्क्वाड के चलते हुए इस ट्रियो के मौजूद होते हुए इस जगह पर आई डोंट थिंक सो कि टीम X-Force के लिए चीज़ें जो यहाँ पर आसान होंगी। टीम X-Force यहाँ से जो एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट है वो हमें कंफर्म करते हुए दिखाई दे पाएगी, लेकिन स्टिल ऑन द वेरी अदर साइड आपको कुछ और भी फाइट्स जो वो चलते हुए दिखाई दी हैं। शायद टीम 40 का नाम आ रहा है इन द किल फीड। जी हाँ, टीम 40 वर्सेस टीम फुरिया, जहाँ पर फुरिया के एक और खिलाड़ी को भी एलिमिनेट किया जाएगा और फुरिया के साथ शुरू होने वाली इस मैच की फाइट उसका इख्तिताम भी टीम 4THRIVES करेगी। और 40 उनके पास 7 एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स, वंस अगेन बैक टू द हैश वन। और टीम फुरिया जैसे भी इस मैच से एलिमिनेट किए गए, उनका ये सफर कम से कम नंबर 11 पर महदूद हुआ है। अगर बॉटम से कोई और टीम उठकर आ जाती है तो शायद अभी और नीचे को जाना पड़ेगा, लेकिन एलिमिनेटिंग टीम्स में कुछ और नाम भी ऐड अप हो रहे हैं। टीम अल-उला क्लब द लेटेस्ट जो कि इस मैच से अब फायर हो जाते हैं, फॉलोड बाय टीम गोट।
जी हाँ, गोट बिल आखिर इस मैच से बाहर कर दी जाती है। टीम 4THRIVES अब अपने पहले पायदान के ऊपर वापस आती देखने को मिल रही है। माशाल्लाह 7 अच्छे एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स के ऊपर टीम 4THRIVES फिलहाल के लिए हमें दिखाई दे रही है। लेकिन निग्मा गैलेक्सी दे आर स्टिल इन द गेम। निग्मा गैलेक्सी आगे बढ़ना चाह रहे हैं एक पूरे क्लस्टर के दरमियान, लेकिन 4THRIVES उनकी एक क्लोज फाइट शुरू हो जाएगी, जहाँ पर बिल्कुल सामने टीम आप कह लें कि DRX के कुछ प्लेयर्स मौजूद हैं, KRX के प्लेयर हैं। DRX KRX दोनों एक ही टीमें हैं। नेम इन गेम टैग चेंज किया गया है DRX की तरफ से अपना, लेकिन निग्मा गैलेक्सी आगे बढ़ के उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स के प्लेयर भी सारी फाइट के अंदर मौजूद हैं, 2 अदद खिलाड़ी। वहीं पर बिल्कुल वेस्टर्न साइड के ऊपर निग्मा गैलेक्सी एक प्रॉपर फाइट लेती आपको ओरंगुटान्स के खिलाफ दिखाई दे रही है, लेकिन उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स यहाँ से अब सिर्फ ट्रिगर दिखा सकते हैं डिसिप्लिन। ज़्यादा अगर शोर शराबा किया, अपना पोजीशन कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ किया, तो उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स को एलिमिनेट करने के लिए उनके अतराफ में 2 से 3 मुख्तलिफ टीमें मौजूद रहेंगी। लेकिन वहीं पर अरोरा वो अपने एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स में छुपके से अंडर द रडार रहकर अपने एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स में इजाफा कर रहे हैं। एंड अरोरा का पोजीशन वो बड़ा शानदार है। निग्मा गैलेक्सी और ओरंगुटान्स की फाइट जब मजीद आगे बढ़ेगी तो अरोरा के पास एक मौका रहेगा थर्ड पार्टी करने का, लेकिन आतंकी का ग्रेनेड निग्मा गैलेक्सी के रऊफ को गिराएगा। रऊफ का एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट स्टील ऑफ नहीं बल्कि आतंकी ही कंफर्म कर लेकर जाएंगे। ओरंगुटान्स 2 अदद एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट अपने कंफर्म कर लेकर जाते हैं, लेकिन निग्मा गैलेक्सी क्या वो निकल आ पाएंगे इस फाइट से बाहर? 2 अदद खिलाड़ी बाकी रह चुके हैं। अच्छा इस्तेमाल है यूटिलिटीज का। ओरंगुटान्स एक फाइट जीतते हैं, 4 के 4 एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स अपने खाते में दर्ज कर लेकर जाएंगे, लेकिन बैकयार्ड पर अरोरा के प्लेयर्स भी एलिमिनेट होते हमें दिखाई दिए हैं। एंड अरोरा गेमिंग अपने 3 खिलाड़ियों पर आ चुकी है। उल्फी स्पोर्ट्स के हाथों गवाया अपना एक खिलाड़ी, पीछे रहते टीम 4THRIVES अपने लिए 8वां एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट कंफर्म कर चले गए हैं।
जी हाँ, और टीम 4THRIVES उनके पास 3 टोटल खिलाड़ी हैं जो कि इस मौके पर आपको सर्वाइव करते हुए दिखाई देंगे, लेकिन अभी भी जो एलिमिनेशंस का नंबर है उसको आप कर सकते हैं और डेफिनेटली वो चीज़ अभी होते हुए दिखाई देगी। टीम 4THRIVES मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, मूविंग ऑनवर्ड्स विद द 10th एलिमिनेशन, और T24OP वो प्लेयर थे जिन्होंने ये 10वां एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट कंफर्म किया, लेकिन उल्फ ईस्पोर्ट्स इनफैक्ट वर्सेस टीम अरोरा गेमिंग वो आपको फाइट यहाँ पर चलते हुए दिखाई देगी। रीफर्स्ट उन्होंने ये एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट भी कंफर्म किया। टीम उल्फ ईस्पोर्ट्स उनके अब आखिरी एक खिलाड़ी रहेंगे जो कि आपको काल्स की सूरत में दिखाई दे जाते हैं। आई थिंक सर्च जारी है टीम ओजी की तरफ से कि जल्द से जल्द इस प्लेयर को ढूंढा जाए, इनको इस मैच से एलिमिनेट किया जाए, और थोड़ी देर पहले होने वाली वो फाइट जिसमें टीम ओजी को एक मोमेंटम मिला, एंड बाय द लुक्स ऑफ दैट फाइट आई थिंक टीम ओजी अब एक थोड़ा बेहतर टीम ओजी दिखाई दे रही है और चाह रहे हैं कि अपने लिए कुछ और भी एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट्स हासिल कर लिए जाएं, लेकिन ओजी उनके लिए शायद यहाँ पे चीज़ें हमें बेहतर थोड़ा मुश्किल से होते हुए दिखाई दे, बिकॉज अभी भी जो आसपास कुछ और नाम है वो खासा यहाँ पर नज़र रखे हुए हैं, और ये जो आपको 6 टीमें दिखाई दे जाती है इनमें से हर एक टीम की नज़र है कि वही इस मैच का विनर सेकंडर हासिल करके जाए अपने लिए, लेकिन टीम अरोरा गेमिंग वो यहाँ पर रिवाइवल देंगे अपने खिलाड़ी को, रिवाइवल के साथ साथ मजीद आगे भी बढ़ा जाएगा। टीम और अरोरा के अलावा टीम एजी अलायंस वो सामने की तरफ मौजूद रहेंगे। टीम गी के वर्सेस टीम 40, जहाँ पर 40 के खिलाड़ी नॉकआउट हुए, लेकिन T24 क्या रिवाइवल मिल पाएगा? दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, आई थिंक दिस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन जो कि यहाँ पर रहेगा, क्योंकि टीम की के वो भी साथ ही मौजूद है। टीम 40 उनको फाइट भी करना है, पुश बैक करना है इन प्लेयर्स को, और पुश बैक किया जाएगा हुजैफा की तरफ से जो कि फिर से खड़े होते हैं, फाइट बैक दिया जाता है, और टीम 4THRIVES अपना 11वां एलिमिनेशन पॉइंट इस मैच का में कंफर्म करते हुए दिखाई दे जाती है। डाउनवर्ड्स ऑब्वियसली द लास्ट 2 प्लेयर्स जो कि अभी भी फाइट बैक कर रहे हैं, और ये जो रिवाइवल है वो साथ ही साथ आई एम होपिंग तो कि अब हो चुका होगा, हो जाता है रिवाइवल, लेकिन ये नहीं होना चाहिए था, ये करना नहीं था एजी के प्लेयर को, लेकिन अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो एक ग्रेनेड 2 को नॉकआउट करेगा। हुजैफा अकेले बच जाएंगे, और टीम 4THRIVES के लिए हुजैफा उनको बहुत ही कुछ अनोखा करना पड़ेगा, प्ले करने की कोशिश करता है, एक को नॉकआउट करेंगे शायद, दूसरे को भी शायद उन्होंने कोशिश की, लेकिन टीम 4THRIVES डाउन टू दैट लास्ट एचपी। हुजैफा क्या बच पाए हैं, क्या बच पाएंगे, दिस इज द क्वेश्चन, लेकिन हुजैफा को वो जो नॉकआउट्स है वो आपने देखे इन द किल फील्ड, लेकिन अब टीम 40 इस मैच से जा चुकी है और टीम 4THRIVES हैज 4 पर, लेकिन अब सिर्फ 2 और टीमें, और टीम अरोरा वर्सेस ओजी।
जी हाँ बिल्कुल, एंड ओजी ख़वातीनो हजरात अपना पहला चिकन डिनर कंफर्म कर लेकर जाते हैं। हुजैफा बहुत ही शानदार किलिंग स्प्री पर रहे, लेकिन ओजी को भी दाद देना पड़ेगी, पहला चिकन डिनर कंफर्म करते हैं। एंड ओजी पिछले साल के बनिस्बत देखें जहाँ तारीफ बनती है वहाँ पर करनी ज़रूर चाहिए कि एक चेंज आया ज़रूर है। हाँ, काफ़ी चीज़ों पर काम करना अभी भी बहुत बाकी है, लेकिन एक चिकन डिनर जो शायद पिछले साल ना निकला था वो इस साल ज़रूर निकल आ पाया है। वहीं पर टीम 4THRIVES को अगर आप देखें, और ख़ास तौर के ऊपर पोर्टल हुजैफा जिस तरह से वो 1 मैन आर्मी बने हुए थे, और प्ले जोन से शायद वो एलिमिनेट ना होते तो हमें कुछ मिरेकल होता दिखाई देता वहाँ पर।
हाँ बिल्कुल, और आई थिंक मिरेकल ही तो वो हैं, बिकॉज मिरेकल आपको याद होगा नाम इनका था पहले, और मिरेकल से हुजैफा ये हुए। ऑब्वियसली मिरेकुलस एक परफॉर्मेंस है वो वहाँ से मजीद हो सकती थी, लेकिन आई थिंक जिस तरह की उनकी एचपी थी, जिस तरह से वो 1 एचपी रहकर भी उन्होंने फाइट बैक किया, दैट वाज जस्ट टू गुड आई थिंक टू वॉच फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ हुजैफा, जो कि आप एक्सपेक्ट भी करते हैं इस प्लेयर से, और उन्होंने फिर से अपनी टीम के लिए ढाल की तरह बनकर वहाँ पर जब फाइट दी और कोशिश की कि जो सामने वाली टीम है उनके लिए किसी भी सूरत है वो इस चिकन डिनर को आसान ना बनाया जाए। सो हैट्स ऑफ टू टीम 4THRIVES, रिगार्डलेस के उन्होंने विनर चिकन डिनर हासिल नहीं किया, लेकिन अरोरा गेमिंग ऑब्वियसली कुछ यहाँ पर अफसुर्दा जो चेहरे हैं वो आपको दिखाई दे रहे हैं। फैंस के आप जो प्ले कार्ड्स है वो देख सकते हैं, आई थिंक टीम निग्मा गैलेक्सी को सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज NGX के प्लेयर्स उनके नाम आपको दिखाई दे रहे थे वहाँ पर, लेकिन टीम ओजी इट इज़ जिन्होंने आज के इस दिन का इख्तिताम किया अच्छे नोट पर, और आखिरी विनर चिकन डिनर जो कि प्रॉबली 10+ एलिमिनेशंस आई थिंक इस टीम ने भी निकाले हैं। सो इनके लिए भी आई थिंक बहुत ज़्यादा एक मोरल बूस्ट होगा कल के दिन पर आते हुए, और टीम ओजी जो इससे पहले शायद हमें थोड़ा नीचे जाते हुए दिखाई दे रहे थे, नंबर 11-12 पे आई थिंक टीम जा चुकी थी, लेकिन अब क्योंकि विनर चिकन डिनर हासिल किया है, 20 समथिंग पॉइंट्स निकाले हैं, यू कैन से कि बासानी नंबर 6-7 के करीब तो टीम आ चुकी हो।
बिल्कुल आपने दुरुस्त कहा पोर्टल, काफ़ी चेहरे अभी भी परेशान हैं बहुत ज़्यादा। निग्मा गैलेक्सी को आप देख लीजिए, दे आर ऑल्सो वेरी अपसेट, नॉट दैट
that crazy play. It was all up to Zol right there at the last second. He does get 1 knock, But OG just said, nah, we are not hesitating. We ain't letting this one slip through our fingers. They pull out that win right here towards the end. And right on time, too, considering that, you know, not in the top of the leaderboards, you know, but now they should be feeling a lot more comfortable going into tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. I mean, look, there was a couple of uncomfortable results for them, right? Where you were thinking they need a big game. They need something to give them points, give them energy, and give them confidence. And that's what they got off the back of that result.
Yep. I mean, they're going to be feeling really set up here. I mean, definitely job's not finished, right? I mean, 6 more matches left to go is a lot of work to be had, but a lot less compared to those teams on the bottom of the leaderboards. They're going to have to go home tonight, talk to their coaches, figure out what adaptations they're going to need to make here, because this is the pinnacle of esports, guys. I mean, if you are even near this location, you have got to check it out and see it for your own eyes. Videos do not do it justice. It literally is like if I was a kid and dreamed of like the ultimate gaming experience. I don't even think I could have dreamed this big.
No, man, it's unfathomable. It's been so damn exciting. It's been really, really beautiful. But we got something even more insightful coming your way. Let's get down on the stage with Kalaris.
I think I'm gonna go with the flow.
Okay, easy. Sounds good.
Отлично, прекрасно.
All right, okay, we are with Moxie here from GOAT Team after they get 2 wins on the day. Looking fantastic here at PMWC. My first question for them is about their first win on Erangel. Were they concerned about Enigma Galaxy's position going up against them because it was a good spot? And how quickly did they know that they'd run out of ammo on the other side?
Амmo уже с другой стороны не хватает.
По поводу таблицы в топе по очкам Нигму.
You mean the table in terms of the overall points that we got?
The table?
Где мы топ взяли?
That we got the gamma top, that's what you meant?
So they won the Erangel game?
Да, мы выиграли игру Erangel.
Yeah.
Не, мы не беспокоились, конечно, зона немножко повезло, но мы доиграли просто вместе командно и выиграли игру.
No, I got it. Well, we were not so concerned, you know. We got the points, we gathered our focus together, and somehow we as a team moved forward, and we did the best we could.
Okay, so let's move on to the Miramar win that they got. They had a good compound for quite a while. TT crashed on them, and they were able to deal with them. After that, what were their concerns? Because it's a very open field they're going into.
Открытое, но с нашей позиции довольно легко разыгрывается это поле, и мы без всяких проблем просто выехали с кемпа и выиграли игру.
It is indeed very open field, absolutely, you're right. It's just that we also had a very good position, and that's why we sort of like smoothly slide it from the camp. And that's why we got a pretty good score, and that's how we won, that's it.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much, Moxie, for joining me here. As we are done for this one, let's head over to Barney to check out what he's got going.
Thank you so much, Kalaris. I've got Ketch here from Ulf Esports. Not a great day, not a bad day. Pretty kind of standard across the board, but I want to know from your perspective, Ketch, you know, coming into this tournament, you guys typically have a pretty slow start into tournaments. You build, you gain some momentum, and then you end with a bang. As the IGL, obviously you're trying to gain momentum quicker. You're trying to kind of get points on the board quickly. How are you trying to tackle that as the leader of this team?
Bugün ilk gün çok iyi de geçmedi, çok kötü de geçmedi. Birazcık ortalardasınız. Böyle büyük turnuvalarda yavaş başlamak her zaman zor olabiliyor. Bir IGL olarak bu momentumu nasıl yakalıyorsunuz veya nasıl takımı daha ileri itebiliyorsun?
Yani şöyle kötü başlangıçların geri dönüşü biraz zor oluyor. Ama yaptığımız işten vazgeçersek hiçbir zaman yakalayamıyoruz. O yüzden neyi doğru biliyorsak onu yapmaya devam ediyoruz. Yani bildiğimiz bir olay varsa ondan vazgeçmiyoruz. Ölürsek de öyle ölüyoruz. O kadar yani. Ekstra bir şeyimiz yok yani.
It's always difficult to come back from mistakes or slow starts, but we know the game that we are playing, and we usually just stick with that. Even if we lose or die on that, we still continue doing the same strategy all over.
I like that, sticking to your game plan. Before I let you go, I want to talk to you a little bit about your team. Erin's your latest addition to the squad, joining just before PMGC last year. How integral or instrumental is he to your guys' success? Because as soon as he joined, he came second at PMGC. You guys are putting up, you know, amazing performances on LAN. So how important is he to the team?
Eren'le ilgili soru sormak istiyorum. Takımınıza sonradan dahil oldu. PMGC'den kısa bir süre önce ve hemen PMGC'de ikinci sırada bitirdiniz. Yani takımınıza büyük bir etkisi var ve bu etkisinin senin gözünde nasıl, o nasıl bir, yani takıma nasıl bir katkı sağlıyor?
Yani Eren bizim eksik parçalarımızdan bir tanesiymiş. Hani Lego parçası gibi böyle boş olan yeri direkt doldurdu. Takımda gerekirse agresiflik, gerekirse biz pusma diyoruz yani. Gerekirse pusabiliyoruz. Yani her şeyden azar azar ve yeterli derecede var. O yüzden bir takımın bir eksik kısmını herhangi bir pozisyonda Eren tamamlayabiliyor. O yüzden bizim için çok değerli yani.
Yeah, Eren is really precious for our team because he was kind of like the missing puzzle piece for our team because he is like both aggressive but also can play in a more like slow style. So we definitely noticed that he was that missing piece for our team and we can utilize him in many different ways. So we're really happy for this addition.
I love that. Shout out to the young guns on the team bringing forward this esport legend. Thank you so much, Ketch, for joining me in this interview. What a brilliant day it has been so far, but we've got so much PUBG Mobile action coming your way over the next few days. So let's round out day one by going back over to the studio.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Barney and Kalaris, for the amazing interviews today. But I got one thing to say, especially after that last match. And it's none other than OG! Because this team, I mean, what a turnaround. I gotta give them props. I was giving them a lot of not nice stuff earlier on, saying that this team was not being aggressive. But in that last one, Lace, they were definitely aggressive and they got the chicken dinner.
Yes, this is exactly what I was saying. Finally, they admit the damage that they are creating and then they capitalize on it with not only a not a terrible, but a difficult push up the hill as well, but they were able to get themselves into that spot, eliminate Aurora, who was sitting on the fence line, and obviously take the chicken dinner. What I hope from them is that they can look at this game and realize that they can make the rest of the lobby play on their terms, because it's not like that they were doing anything wrong in the original games. It's just that capitalization to push forward. It was kind of like, oh, should we do it? But this is exactly what we know that OG can do.
Yeah, a big feedback from us was those eliminations. And right now, they ended up getting 10, but it's the way that they ended up doing, Max, because we ended up seeing them just not only get a knock on Raul from Enigma Galaxy, we saw them finally being aggressive.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm not just going to say that's the best fight we've seen from them so far in PMWC.
Yep.
That's also the case with PMGC included. This is the best so far we've ever seen of a fight from Orangutan globally, ever. And I love to see the commitment to the play. You get a knock, you have the man advantage, leverage it, like send it, bloody hell, and they did. I love seeing that from this squad. Hopefully it's not just a flash in the pan, right? I want to see a continuation. I want to see chapter
100%.
2 of these kind of fights in Iptra. If they do so, hey, maybe first time we can see an Indian team in a global finals.
Wouldn't that be something? I would love to see that. And going back to that play is like, I love that they made that push and committed to that push, because that fight in particular was really scary because they had a whole wall that was not going to be it was not easy for them because they knew there was going to be somebody hiding behind it. So the commitment is really, really good there.
You get the honors for this one, Natura.
Yes.
Give it to them. There you go. OG, congratulations. Is one other thing for this squad too, as we're hyping them up here and well deserved, is how they were able to adjust throughout the day. Usually a squad is not able to do that, but the fact that they were able to do it is what we want to see. At the end of the day, we saw 4THRIVES as well being able to put up some points there. Let's see what that overall is going to be looking like for Group A Day 1. Because 6 matches are done with, and it's no surprise that the pride of Pakistan, baby, 4THRIVES Esports with 59 points sitting at the top.
Oh, they thought it was going to be a flash in the pan. People said, no way, they do it again. But they're doing it again. And one thing that's really important, right? GOAT team, despite getting 2 chicken dinners, Niptura, they've only got 20 placement points. without a single chicken dinner. They are only 5 placement points away from the results of GOAT Team, highlighting they keep getting into these late game scenarios, getting a few points, but especially the eliminations. You remove all their placement points, they would still be on the first page.
They would. And you know what? I love seeing this from them so much. We're starting to see a really consistent global team emerging out of this squad, right? They're really coming into their own. They're looking very good. This is exactly what I want to see from them. Yes, it's not, the 3 wins that we saw in PMGO Season 1, but it is top of the leaderboard, not by much, but it's still there. It puts them in a really good position for day 2.
And I mean, even at the end of today's matches, there's not a crazy lead in and amongst these teams, and obviously we still have an entire day, and especially the turnaround. I want to talk about the turnaround from GOAT, because it was not looking like they were in this to play, but this turnaround is something to be watching out for. And then also the downfall of Furia is also something we
Max,
might need to look out for too.
No, don't talk about this one. Yeah, to be honest, big L taken by Furia today. We need to see a massive step up. 5 placement points over the course of 6 matches. You're below a 1 average placement point per game. The thing is, their eliminations are not far off, like a lot of teams around them, right? It's not that bad, but the placement points are really lackluster, so I need to see a step up. Same for Team RRQ, though. During PMI, I saw many great things for them, that team right in the Macau Invitational. Bit of a slow start for them, but you know what? It's day 1. There's going to be a few hurdles along the way for these squads. So day 2, of course, you need to make a step up. And if you don't make it in the top 5-7, at least don't be in the bottom 3.
Yeah, you don't want to be in the bottom 3 right now. We were able to see Alula, Thunder Talk, and Exports Rejects, which honestly, I was expecting a much better performance out of that squad. I said it halfway through the day. I'm going to say it again. Highly disappointed by the way that Exports Rejects has been playing today.
Yeah, I thought we would see a lot more from them, but you know what? I am hopeful for tomorrow. This is one of those teams that I think will just grow over time and get more confident, get a little bit more of that risk-taking mentality on board. So tomorrow, I'm really looking for high hopes for them. The other thing is RRQ, for me, I was looking to them as one of my favorites of being a really interesting team in that they split a lot, and a lot of teams do not take the type of splits that they do. So I was really looking forward to them being able to take advantage of other teams by doing that, but we haven't seen that at all today, and I think we know why.
Yeah, I mean, actually looking at some of the replays, I still cannot believe they said Huzaifa is like, yo, Huzaifa, go get him. And he went for it, kind of worked out. He got, I think, some players of OG and the entirety of Ulf. I was genuinely surprised that worked out, but it goes to show that for 4THRIVES, I know we talked about them a lot today, but every player has that clutch potential, and that is why they are in #1 position.
4THRIVES. They
Maybe
have
thriving,
the best loyal gamers. BLG, and it goes to show here, and we're going to continue to see it throughout. Don't forget that tomorrow is going to be the 2nd day of PMWC at EWC 26 for Group A. Day 3, day 4, we'll get a chance to see Group B, but until then, we'll get a chance to find out which top 5 teams are going to be going directly to the finals. And something to notate that we'll be talking about tomorrow too is that OG ended up being in 6th place after that amazing win. We'll see if they can keep it out tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. It has been Lace, Maxman, Neptura, the 7WG, the amazing casters, and the rest of the stuff. We'll see you tomorrow.